The 29th book that I completed in 2024 is The Uglies by Scott Westerfeld. This is technically a book in a series, a post apocalyptic book in a series, but the post apocalyptic scene doesn't really come out all that much. I feel like it's just more of a science fiction book without it's set in the future, but it's not necessarily post apocalyptic. I also didn't think it was very original. There's an old Twilight Zone very famous episode where a beautiful woman is about to have this surgery and the camera cuts everybody off at the shoulders, so you only see the beautiful woman. I'm sure most people know the episode I'm talking about. You only see the beautiful woman and you don't know what she's getting the surgery for. And then in the end, it turns out that all of the doctors and nurses are what we would consider to be ugly, and they're going to turn the woman into that kind of person. So this isn't exactly like that, but it is where people are considered ugly and then they turn them pretty. And I felt like it was stealing a little bit from the Twilight Zone. I also felt like it was stealing some stuff, some science fiction stuff from other novels that I've read, and not necessarily good ones as well. Um, their view of the future, and this is the distant future, their view of the distant future doesn't differ that much from our present time. So I was pretty unimpressed by the imagination that went into this. The first half of the book is way better than the second half, and the reason for that is they introduce a love interest in the second half of the book. You can tell this is fairly formulaic. And the love interest is not developed at all. It's just like all of a sudden the main character is in love with this guy that she barely even knows. And that really made the book fall apart. So, not one that I would recommend, and not a series that I am going to complete. You can see on the cover here that's supposed to be the girl's face underneath the blanket, and she's getting made pretty because she's been ugly. But by ugly, they just mean imperfections, just not looking the same as everybody else. Again, not the greatest book in the world. I'm not displeased that I read it. I thought this might be a good book to teach in school, and it does hold up in that way, in that there's no sexual situations, there's no curse words, there's no anything like that. So you could teach this in school. I just wish that it, and I like the message that we're all beautiful, that we don't need operations and surgeries to make us beautiful. I like that message a lot, but the narrative just fell apart.